Dearest brothers and sisters, greetings of the Most High. We come forward now in this great moment of your time with much news to share with you, ever-evolving humanity. The first thing that we would like to address is the huge shifts that are taking place on the geopolitical arena at the moment. Please remember that we are experiencing a multidimensional chess game, and very often what we are presented with on the third dimension is purely for the sake of optics. We are in a spiritual war and the enemy is tyranny. Those of you reading these words, please have it at the forefront of your consciousness that the energies that wish to control humanity cannot be privy to all of the higher dimensional game plan and intentions. Therefore, please understand that much of what we are seeing on the third dimensional playing field at the moment is purely optics. I, Jen, have avoided speaking about politics in these Ascension reports, but seeing as we are in the absolute crux of this great awakening, and indeed experiencing the long-held victory of the light, I feel it is necessary for me to speak a few words on this subject. Please, brothers and sisters, apply discernment if you expose yourself to any mainstream media. It is my understanding that the situation in the United States with regards to the person in the so-called leadership position has been created to awaken the vast majority of the US population to the tyrannical ways of the democratic left. The media is showing everyone that this is not real. We are even being presented with video shots of the imposter leader wearing a face mask and his eyes drooping down. We have also been exposed to pictures of his face mask coming off around the neck area. Also, there are huge things going on with the White House at the moment, which seems to be completely shut down, and all of the executive orders that are being signed appear to be signed in a Hollywood studio. It is my understanding that the corporation of the United States is now defunct, and this was a huge part of the draining of the swamp. Therefore, it is glaringly obvious that the current president is president of a dead and defunct corporation, which means that he truly holds no political power in the real sense of the word. It is my understanding that dignity is about to be restored back to humanity as we transfer from a corporate-run world to a world that is governed by common law. This means that we will be returning back to the law of the land as opposed to admiral law, which is what the corporation countries have been governing us under prior to this time period. It is very important that everyone reading these words maintain a high perspective and commit to a spiritual practice that keeps you anchored firmly in the present moment. Whenever your consciousness is anchored firmly in the present moment, you are able to be deeply empowered and handle anything that life presents to you. However, if you are obsessed with thoughts of the past and the future, this is extremely terrifying, as you do not know what tools will be available to you at that moment that will help you deal with that situation. So therefore, it is absolutely imperative that those of you who are reading these words commit yourself to a spiritual practice whereby you are fully anchored in present moment awareness. I also highly recommend committing to the practice of going on endless rampages of gratitude. This is an extremely powerful way to shift your vibration and to stabilize your vibration at a higher frequency. This is because we are all individual transmitters and we must take responsibility for the thoughts that we emit. If we choose thoughts of gratitude, we are in effect placing the hand on the knob of our transmitter self and dialing it towards God consciousness. When we do that, God consciousness meets us and we merge in the 0 point field. The energies are massively building up now for the 3-3 transmission, and I have been guided by Spirit to share an extremely important abundance activation for all of the brothers and sisters that sign up to be part of this transmission. Many in the spiritual community are still struggling with old programs pertaining to lack and falsity around one's self-worth. We will be addressing these issues specifically in order to recorrect and in fact pull out all weeds pertaining to false notions of lack and self-worth. Also in the 3-3 transmission, we will be working with powerful galactic energies to support everyone who comes forward to be part of this sacred work to stabilize in higher dimensional consciousness. We will be working with the energy of the caterpillar and the butterfly, and the notion that at some point within our evolutionary trajectory, the true flip occurs and the caterpillar transforms to become the butterfly. In the transmission, we will be deeply empowering this timeline and will be sending all aspects of ourselves an unprecedented amount of support in order to stabilize immediately into higher dimensional consciousness, 5D and above. This will be a very powerful and auspicious transmission for everybody who signs up, and everyone will have a huge shift in their relationship with abundance and their relationship to higher consciousness. So many divine masculines are waking up in this current energetic gateway, and I am constantly hearing messages of karmic relationships collapsing now, as the energies just simply will not support relationships that are not soul-based. The universe is making it impossible for people to stay in relationships whereby they are not celebrating each other and whereby they are not the true lid to fit that pot. The universe knows exactly what's going on and who is meant to be with who. And please know that there is a huge relationship shuffle taking place on the higher dimensional planes at the moment that is rapidly making its way down into the lower dimensional planes. If you are reading these words, please know that Mother, Father, God has signed up for you the most beautiful relationship you could ever conceive of. But sometimes you have to let go of what you were attracted to during your time of survival in order to magnetize that which will make your soul soar forever and ever and ever. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me, and thank you so much to everyone that has bought my book. It is such an overwhelming feeling to know that I am #1 in the bestseller list for new releases, and I am absolutely blown away by all of the reviews that are currently online. Please see below for the link to buy the book. In Love and Eternal Light, Gen G and the White Wolf Tribe. 3-3 Abundance Transmission. The 3-3 Abundance Transmission will take place on the 3rd of March at 9 PM UK time. In this transmission, we will weed out all remaining residual programs pertaining to the false notion of lack, and we will be deeply empowering all of the abundance codes that are stored within your DNA, your Earth Star chakra, and indeed your higher self. Many in the spiritual community have requested that I dedicate this transmission to assist people to fully align with their abundance codes. And please know that the energies of the 3-3 are deeply supporting this paradigm shifting transformation. We will also be working to stabilize all brothers and sisters who sign up to be part of this transmission in higher dimensional consciousness. We will be working with the energy of the caterpillar and the butterfly to deeply empower the timeline where you really flip from caterpillar consciousness to butterfly consciousness. Taking part in the transmissions massively affects everyone's evolutionary process and hugely accelerates the timeline whereby you become one with your higher self. The energies are really building up now, and this transmission promises to be life-changing for everyone who takes part. This is very important work that we do for all of our future generations to come. And please know that this powerful and sacred work is offered on an energetic exchange basis. If you are viewing this on a mobile device, please click the link below to book onto the transmission.